Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and today I'm bringing you news. The studio behind Titanfall will be making a brand new Star Wars game. So yeah, your ears are not just falling off your head or flying somewhere off into space into the distance. There will be another Star Wars game made by the creators of Titanfall. So welcome back to the Inside Scoop on Video Games by me, nonetheless, Miguel. So let's begin. So as we already know, the force is strong. Respawn. Today, EA announced that it is working with Respawn Entertainment on a new game set to Star Wars universe. No details about the game were revealed as of yet, aside from the fact that it will be a third-person action-adventure game. Respawn is a relatively new studio made up of some of the key minds from Infinity Ward. So basically, what is Respawn? Respawn is actually a brand new studio which is made out of one of the most brilliant minds in the gaming series up to date, and they're the ones behind the making of Infinity Ward, including founders from Jason West and Vince Cimpella, best known for working on Call of Duty as well. Respawn's first game was the multiplayer mech shooter Titanfall, and the studios recently teased a sequel for the game as well. Over the past few years, they have had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with Vince Cimpella and his group, according to Patrick Soldner, VP of EA Studios. Of course, their obsessions with making Titanfall one of the most successful new games launches of this generation. And now with the new team that have been created by Stig Amusin, they get to see what they can do when you combine the great attention to gameplay with the power of Star Wars. So this is a brand new group brought together through efforts, of Respawn and many other studios that make Call of Duty, Infinity Ward, and many other games. This is actually an attempt to make Titanfall one of the most successful in Respawn's franchise. It was one of the first games they actually created. In response, they want to combine all of that together and more to create a brand new Star Wars game, which if that's the case, there's no doubt about it, it will be an epic game for sure, and the bar will be set way up there, being how famous the Star Wars franchise is, not just with the generation before mine, but with the 90s generation and forward as well, as it continues to build upon itself constantly and it never seems to end. So let's keep adding up to this and see what else is there here that they've got for us. Developing a game within the ever-expanding Star Wars universe opens up so many paths for game fans alike to go down an unparalleled playground to design within Asmussen, who previously worked on the God of War series before joining Respawn in 2014. You have already planted the seed by assembling a small but incredibly talented team ready for the amazing journey that lies ahead. So even somebody who has created God of War will be in this Respawn studio company and will have a huge playing hand as well how the game develops based on fighting style. Will it be hand-to-hand combat? Will there be any weapons besides a first shooter? But because it's a third-person game, that means yes, lightsabers. You gotta go back to the roots. To actually to actually get the full experience with Star Wars. With the lightsabers and stuff like that. So Respawn's new game isn't only a mystery Star Wars project in the works. Visceral Games, the team behind Dead Space, is also working on an as of yet announced Star Wars title. So even Dead Space, even Visceral, the people behind Dead Space are also working on a title as well for Star Wars. Star Wars Respawn, all you have is basically like this picture of it and basically teaser trailers. So basically for now, they just have replica videos and stuff like that for you to see. Nothing of the sort where they have any trailers or anything as of yet, but guaranteed that they're working on it. It's probably not due to come out this year. It's probably due to come out now, probably the following year, 2017. So with that being said, it's pretty exciting because that means we have something to wait for next year. And if it doesn't come out next year, it might come out at the end of this year. Who knows? So for now, we're just heads in the clouds, waiting for that announcement, waiting for that trailer, waiting the epicness, waiting the hype. So basically, is pretty interesting as how they actually accumulated a group of people that had a hand playing on pretty much games that are very well known. So let's talk about the third person aspect of the Star Wars game, of course. So EA has announced that Titanfall developer Respawn Entertainment is working on a new third person Star Wars game, of course. In a post on EA's official site, Patrick Soderler, Executive Vice President of EA Studios, confirmed that the game will be an all-new third-person playable game point of view. The game is set in the Star Wars universe, and the Respawn project joins Star Wars titles in the development of EA Studios, including Visceral Games, DICE, Capital Games, BioWare, and Motive. So as you can see, it's a big project. We have a whole bunch of studios coming together to create one of the greatest series in history, but another game for the series, which is basically Star Wars. The project will be led by Stig Asmussen, former God of War creative director who joined Respawn in June 2014. We promise to pay respect to Star Wars legacy at all times, a fact that will be constantly reinforced and honored as a central game design tenet. So to keep it going and keep that tradition, of the Star Wars legacy, they are going to build respect for it and make sure that respect is the main thing they have towards the legacy itself, and make sure they don't smirch the title with anything crazy or like that, but just with pure epicness overall. With the probably one of the most influential workers in the video game industry with this new Respawn group coming together. So I can't wait to see, besides the Star Wars title, what else is there for us that we'll be expecting from them. So fans should expect the exemplary level of quality first established at Respawn with Titanfall, a game that epitomizes our studio's dedication to slick, larger-than-life action and fun, groundbreaking mechanics. So at EA, as of right now, what's going on? They have multiple studios building a variety of great Star Wars games spanning different games. They are all united by one team, passions for Star Wars stories, characters, and adventures. Soderlund wrote, "There has never been a better time to be a Star Wars fan. The passion they are seeing for Star Wars from gamers, whether they have been along for the ride since the Star Wars' very beginning of episode IV in A New Hope, or were introduced to the magic of Star Wars with Star Wars The Force Awakens, is fueling their development teams and their partners to create unique interactive extensions of the deep, meaningful universe. As a game maker, nothing is more exciting, according to the studio words quoted by them themselves." And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Your first update on the brand new Star Wars game that Respawn will be working on, and sooner then later, we will be receiving some content or some teaser trailer teasing us about the greatness that's about to descend upon us. Thank you very much for watching this Respawn update video, and have a great day on Star Wars the series.